Jason bicycled from home to the train station at an average speed of 10 miles per hour. Then he boarded a train and traveled into the city at an average speed of 50 miles per hour. The entire distance was 30 miles, and the entire trip took 1 hour. How many miles did Jason travel by train? So this is going to be one of our tables again. Anytime I see anything with distance, rate, and time, I'm going to use one of my tables to organize my information. And we have to kind of draw a picture to think about what's going on. So we have Jason. He gets on a bike and he travels a little distance. So this is on his bike. Then he stops and he gets on a train and travels the remaining distance. Okay, so we have two different modes of transportation here. They're not going the same speed. In fact, the bike, it says, is going 10 miles per hour, and the train is going 50 miles per hour. Okay, now the next thing they tell us is that there's a total distance of 30 miles and a total time of 1 hour. So sometimes I like to put my totals down here at the bottom. So I know the total time is 1 hour. The total distance is 30 miles. Now, they don't tell us anything about the individual times or distances for the bike or train, but we can use these bottom numbers to help us figure that out. So if the bike's time is t, that means the train is whatever's left over. So that would be 1 minus t. Likewise with the distance, if we let the bike's distance be d, the train's distance would be whatever's left over. Because if this was 10 miles, if the bike was 10 miles, that means the train would be 20 miles. If the bike was 2 miles, the train would be 28 miles. So to get that, we just subtract 30 minus d. So now we're going to use just the information in here to write our system. So our system is going to be 10 t equals d. 50 times 1 minus t equals 30 minus d. Now again, this is set up for substitution. So d equals 10t. We're going to plug that in. Go ahead and distribute. So 50 times 1 is 50 minus 50t equals 30 minus 10t. Let's get those t's together. So I'm going to add 50t to both sides. So that's going to give me 50 equals 30 plus 40t. Subtract 30. 20 equals 40t. Divide by 40. And 20 divided by 40 is 1/2, or 0.5. And then if we plug this back up here, our d, our distance, is 10 times 0.5, which in this case is just going to be 5. Now we need to go back and see what they asked us. So they said, how many miles did Jason travel by train? So we don't need his time. We do need this d, this distance, but this current distance is the bike's distance. So again, we have to come up here and we have to use the 30 minus d because we're looking for the train's distance. So the train's distance would be 30 minus 5. And again, I got that from looking right up there, which means the train's distance is 25 miles. So that's what we're going to write. Jason traveled 25 miles by train. So always go back and answer the final question, because sometimes the answers you get down here, your T and your D, are not what they're looking to get.